It works. It's gonna slide through and lock in.
Different type of Petcocks. This is a fuel pump. This is a Petcock. I see oftentimes people say, oh, my fuel pump's bad. Or they call it a Peacock. Like your sprays, you're gonna find them in your elites. Honda Dio is gonna be something totally different. Ch80s are gonna have them. You can suck on this vacuum line too, but I'm not doing that right now because I'm doing a video. Just bear with me here and I will make this thing work and you guys can watch this fuel go up and down. So here we go.
And make sure you spit on it.
Not very enjoyable because I'm doing it with my mouth. Get a good quality one. Don't buy an Amazon junk. This is going to go to your gas tank, right? And it's going to...
Bye.
Okay. What else you got? Not really. Oh,
Drip tape.
You got a note. Who left you this note, Paul?
Don't worry about it.
Paul's got a girlfriend. Can you introduce everybody to your girlfriend?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I want to know who made the paper towel holder by the shop sink back there. Okay, do you want to see it? Who wants to see it?
I want to see it. Yo, you should put those on the table.
Yeah, you should put those on the ground. That's a good spot for chicken.
Hey man, ground chicken.
I just want them to see it first because I want to hear their reaction.
It's because I shook my hands off earlier.
No, because Paul.
No, just wait back here. Hold on. All right.
I'm excited. Which one? That? Dude, it works.
Try it out. Let me just.
Perfect.
Yeah, but you didn't.
Yeah, okay, can I make an improvement to it?
Yeah.
Zip ties. No, even better. That's not bad.
I like how this is keeping the. Is this for Paul's hands? The brush. Good job, Pat. I like that. Oh, an improvement? No tools required. No, you can't use tools for this.
It's not permanent.
No,
it's not permanent.
no, we're gonna drill a hole through the yellow bin and it's gonna slide through and lock in.
No, it's not
lock
permanent
into
because
place.
that tubing is actually useful. I just put it up there because it was literally sitting here, and you complained that
I didn't complain. No, I didn't
there's
complain
no
about it.
paper towels. Look at his face.
I didn't complain.
Bro, you need to wash your face.
Yeah, I just finished lunch.
It's
And
like
you
a
interrupted my lunch with this.
he's like a 6-year-old.
What?
Yeah, you got to say, hey, you should lick your thumb and just wipe his face off. Like,
Right in the middle of him talking, be like,
oh, you got something on your face there. All right, guys, gals, so I'm gonna show you guys a quick video on different type of Petcocks. This is a fuel pump. This is a Petcock. I see oftentimes people say, oh, my fuel pump's bad, or they call it a Peacock. And they think this is a pump, but I think it's important for people to understand how these work. So I have a first generation, this is an 89 tank from Yamaha Zuma. This is a factory Petcock here. This can be your most common that you're gonna find in like your sprays. You're gonna find them in your elites. Honda Dio is gonna be something totally different. Ch80s are gonna have them. The Ruckus is like that as well. The Untitled Jet is like that too. So most common style is just a Petcock. They're really easy to change, but I'll show you guys how to test them. Very simple. You don't really need anything special. What you can actually do here is you don't just have to have access to this. Actually, you don't even have to have access to it. What you need to do is locate, you're gonna have one fuel line. That's gonna be your vacuum line. It's gonna come off like your intake manifold or your carburetor, somewhere in that region. This needs to see vacuum from your motor. This is gonna be, just for intents purposes, your fuel line. So I'm gonna show you guys how this works. It doesn't pump, it doesn't do anything like that. Basically what's happening is when you have vacuum here, it's opening a diaphragm, it's opening a valve, causing fuel to come out. So right now I just have gas in it. I'm just gonna go and hook up, I'm just gonna give a, hook the pump up to this here, the vacuum pump, put a little bit of vacuum on it to show you guys how the fuel comes out. Very simple, super easy to change if yours isn't working, but this is a very quick test to see if this is problematic. Okay, so I've got my vacuum pump hooked up here. And this looks like the pump from Austin Powers, if you guys remember that video. But anyways, you can suck on this vacuum line too, but I'm not doing that right now because I'm doing a video. But that's how I normally would do it. But as you can see, there's a little bit of water in the line. I'm gonna go ahead and just give it a pump and watch that line. See? So it's gonna keep running fuel out. right? The second you let go of that vacuum and you shut your motor off, fuel stops, okay? It's just that simple. So if you suck on this line or use a vacuum pump like this from a brake bleeder, and you've got gas coming out like this, okay, you know that's working right. Very simple. Oftentimes they'll leak, and they'll just basically, the diaphragm will leak, and you'll have fuel coming out of this port here, going into your engine and flooding your motor out. Really easy to check. If you pull this vacuum line off, which is always going to be the bottom port on the Petcock, and you see a bunch of fuel in there, or if fuel's dripping out, this is shot. You need to replace it, and I would get a good quality one. Don't buy an Amazon junk, because the odds it will fail are pretty high. So the Yamaha Zuma uses the two screws here. Very simple. You can suck on the bottom part, use a vacuum port, whatever. It's always good to use something like this versus your face, because if this is leaking, you're going to get fuel in your mouth and you're going to drink it. So nobody wants that. But this unit functions good. I just tested a bug-eye tank somewhere over there. It did not work. So this worked out pretty good for showing you guys how this system works. Again, very simple. They either work or they don't. A lot of guys say, oh, I need a bigger one for more fuel flow. As you guys see, I mean, that was just dumping fuel way faster than any build would ever need on this style Petcock. The next style, which is going to be common for like your Ruckus GY6 swap, is going to be a vacuum style, and this is basically a Mikuni style pump.
When are we getting lunch?
No, it's what is for lunch. Let's come on.
What's for lunch?
Hey, yeah, talk to
No, we don't work on Chinese scooters.
He's way nicer than that.
We sadly do not touch Chinese junk.
Chinese junk. Oh boy. Make your order for lunch. Make your order for lunch.
Yeah, for me, it's going to be a double extra large pepperoni pizza. What do you guys, with spinach? And make sure you spit on it.
What the? It didn't make any sense. And the reason for this is if your gas tank is down on the floor like a Ruckus, and your motor and carb is higher than the gas tank, obviously, unless you can change physics, you can't get gas to flow uphill. So what this does is it's going to pull fuel. You've got an arrow. This is going to go to your gas tank, right? And it's going to be submerged. The port or whatever is going to be at the bottom part of your tank. This is going to go to your carburetor. Okay, it's going to go to your carburetor. This does not see vacuum. This sees basically pulse, positive, negative, back and forth. So oftentimes on 4-strokes, this does not work very good, because 4-strokes are going to see vacuum, no vacuum, vacuum, no vacuum in your intake manifold. They're never going to see positive pressure like a 2-stroke. On a 2-stroke, this port here needs to be connected either here via oil plug, via like our oil plug with the port. If you have an AF18, you're going to have a port here. That's going to be for the fuel pump. Or you can do it on the intake manifold, but it has to be between the reeds, the crankcase, between the reeds and the crankcase. It has to be, because that's where you're going to get that positive pressure, negative pressure. Because as the piston goes up and down, your pressure is going to be positive, negative, or vacuum pressure, back and forth. So this is a pump. It's not a diaphragm. It's not a valve. This actually is a pump. There's a flat, I mean, I guess it is a diaphragm, but there's a flat membrane in here. It's going to move back and forth as this goes up and down. And it's going to work like a pump. So I'll show you guys how that's going to work. Again, very easy thing to test. Definitely much different. You're going to find this on the bikes that are not fuel injected, and the bikes that have the tank down low. This style is always going to be where you have your tank up high and your engine and carb down low, gravity feed. So let's just go show you guys how this guy works. Okay. Hold on. If John gets COVID, what do you have there, Paul?
Gummy worms.
A gummy worm. This is a customer's gummy worms, huh?
Oh, this is like patient 0.
Okay. Fringe benefit number 5.
Oh!
Who's gonna eat it now? That's the real question.
Oh no, where'd it go? It's right there. Right. Hold on.
Okay, let's see what it can grind. What do you put in that plastic for?
Yeah. Fine.
Okay. What else you got?
Salt, ketchup,
No, don't do ketchup.
salt.
No, we know it'll do salt, Paul. It's pretty much
Sure.
like
Rocks.
it's powder. It's not rocks.
the rest of this lollipop?
You know what it would eat a piece of candy, probably. Ooh, carbon fiber reed? Oh, people are gonna get mad. Think it can cut carbon fiber? What do you got in there now?
Cheeto?
It's not gonna here, carbon fiber.
Alright.
Oh, man.
You gonna...
Yep, carbon fiber's not a problem.
What else?
Like, hey man, put a knife in there. It has more surface area.
Does it?
Yeah, I think so. Yep. No problem.
How about these NCY grips?
No, I don't think you can cut a grip.
Don't think so?
No. What else you got over here? Anything good? Not really. Oh,
Grip tape.
you got a note. Who left you this note, Paul?
Don't worry about it.
Paul's got a girlfriend. Shit. Hey, can you introduce everybody to your girlfriend? Hey, what was that? That's just something important. Ooh, trail mix?
Otter pop?
Trail mix. No. Otter Pop's wet. Here, trail mix.
Lock the door.
Oh no, it's not eating the peanuts.
Hello?
Hello? Okay. Well, the got peanuts stuck in there. Now I'm gonna eat these. All right, we're ready to go to work. All right, so I just kind of mocked this thing up to show you guys. This is going to be this signal. I told you that's like your pulse, so positive, negative pressure. This would be going to your gas tank here to show you how it works. It's going to my water bottle, which I probably won't drink out of anymore because now it tastes like fuel. This is your outlet, which is going to go to your carburetor, and this is what's going to be your engine signal. So just bear with me here, and I will make this thing work, and you guys can watch this fuel go up and down. So here we go. Okay, so you get the idea. Not very enjoyable because I'm doing it with my mouth. I obviously can't replicate 800 RPM, okay? But you see how it works. It's pulling gas, and what's cool is this gas tank could in theory be way down here. It could be up high. It could be gravity fed going to this pump and up to here. So you guys, when you're doing your ruckus swaps and all your different swaps, remember the tank is in the floor. These oftentimes, remember, they're gonna build pressure. So if you're running like a PWK, CP, or something like that carburetor, it's very common that these will overpower the bowl, and they will put too much fuel pressure in the needle and seat where the bowl is in your float, so you'll end up overfueling. Ruckus guys, I would always recommend using the stock electronic pump over these because these rarely work right. Also the Honda Dio, well, not like that one, like this guy over here. This guy has a factory style pump like that because on the Dio, the tank is in the floor. The tank is right down there behind that door. So the tank is in the floor, and the Honda Dio uses one of these pumps. Sometimes, for some reason, they will overpower the aftermarket carburetors. If they do that, I use like an inline fuel pressure regulator here. But generally, I'm not a fan of these. I ran one on my twin for a long time. It was overfueling, underfueling, all kinds of weird issues. So it's a few key notes to take from here. This is considered a pump, okay? This has a little diaphragm in it. That's a pump. This is considered a Petcock. If you look under your bike and you've got two hoses coming off, these are going to your carburetor. One's going to your intake manifold or your carburetor. That's going to be your vacuum line, and the other one is going to go to your fuel supply, your fuel coming out. We showed you how to test, very easy. Also, if you're not getting any fuel come out, sometimes these need to be vented. So if you have a cap that is corroded or whatever, open the cap and test it before you do this test, because we have seen bikes where they don't vent and then they don't get gas coming out. Very important. And again, on the two-stroke, guys, remember, if you have a two-stroke and you need to get signal for this pump, you need to get it from here on an AF16, AF18 here. AF18 has a port here, or a ZX50, something like that, or between your reeds and your crankcase bottom end, I guess I should say. If you have a stock intake manifold and you're trying to run a pump like this on a vertical Minarelli, you need to come off of here because this is your only source to get pulse to work one of these. If you hook it to your intake manifold between your carburetor and your reeds, you're only going to see negative. You will not see positive. It will give you some fuel at low RPM and idle. The second you give it wide open throttle, you don't have that pulse at all, and you're going to run out of gas. So if you're finding fueling issues and you're running one of these, understand how they work because it makes more sense. Also, I would recommend a check valve in here because over time with it sitting, this fuel here.
Well, did you hear the recorded message about the lower weight on your credit card?
I did, yes.
Then why aren't you asking to me?
Because you sound like you're a little confused, and I need to understand.
I'm not confused.
Oh well, you sound like you're just maybe not a very smart individual. What's your name,
Well,
boy?
Abdul Bhanoi.
It's Abdul.
Abdul Bhanoi.
Abdul Pee-wee.
Bhanoi.
Okay, Abdul.
Only Bhanoi.
Okay, Abdul Pee-wee. What are we talking about here today? What's on the dinner plate?
Don't like to say my name correctly, sir.
Speak up, Abdul Pee-wee. What are we talking about here? What's the real discussion? Let's have a real talk. Man to Pee-wee. Let's have a real talk.
A real talk? You want to listen to real talk?
Yeah, Pee-wee, spit it out there.
Okay.
Spit it out. Let's hear it. Let me hear it. Spit out what? Speak English, please. You're calling United States of America. We speak English here. Well, most of us do. But I don't know what language you're speaking, but it sounds like it's not going to work for this conversation.
Okay.
Do you speak English, Pee-wee?
Okay.
Mr. Pee-wee, do you speak English?
Hey, don't Pee-wee. Don't call me Pee-wee.
Okay, okay. How about I call you Sir Pee-wee the Third?
Call me Bhanoi. Bhanoi, sir.
Okay.
Bhanoi.
Oh, Panwee?
Now, B as in ball.
B?
Bhanoi.
B as in vagina?
Yes.
B as in vagina?
Yes, vagina.
Okay,
Not
so
vagina.
so your name is Bee-wee Vagina.
Hell, are you a psychic, sir?
Am I a what? A psychic? Yeah, I'm a psychic, and I know your name is Bee-wee Vagina. I want to hear. Come on, let's talk. What do you want to talk about today, Mr. Bee-wee Vagina?
Do you still suck cock, sir?
Do I what?
Do you still suck cock?
Do
we sell cards? No.
No. Do you still suck cock?
I just can't understand. Do you have the phone in your mouth, in your pie hole? Because I can't hear what you're saying. It sounds like you have the phone in your mouth. Dang it. This fuel here will slowly work its way all the way back down. And if you have a GY6 or whatever, you know if you have to run a pump like this, you got to crank and crank and crank and crank to get that gas to come back up the line into your carb. Check valves are really important here for this, and they would probably be good for here too, but most of the time this is gonna be lower than your tank, so you wouldn't need one here. So check valve here if you're gonna run a pump like this, always a good idea. This guy, pretty much maintenance trouble free. Don't drill this out, don't modify this, you don't need to, it won't work right. Just put on a stock one, put on a good one, it'll be more than you guys will ever need for your fuel supply. So hopefully this helps a little bit. Again, I always hear these called peacocks or pumps. They're not peacocks, they don't have feathers. They're not pumps either. They're just a valve that opens, very simple. That's the other style. So hopefully this helps. You guys have any questions, hit us up and let us know. We stock stuff like this here. We stock stuff like this here as well. Not common that they go out, but I feel like it's a good idea for you guys to have an understanding of how these two things work.